I wouldn't have been able to do that if it wasn't for Family Hustle.
Right.
And it does come with some, it's some adversity.
Mm-hmm.
There's some adversity to come with that. People get in your business.
Yeah.
T.I.'s son, King Harris, has been arrested after not appearing in court and some other things connected to his act.
Something heavy is stirring in Atlanta, and the whole entertainment world is buzzing. The Harris family, once the pride of reality TV and Southern hip-hop royalty, is now hanging by a thread. And this time, it's not just because King Harris is acting out again. What we're witnessing feels like the slow collapse of a dynasty people thought could never fall. That perfect family image? It's cracking. The smiles and photo ops have been replaced with public fights, messy leaks, and whispers that sound more like courtroom drama than family talk. King Harris, once introduced as T.I.'s golden heir, has stepped out of the shadows and flipped the script completely. He isn't just chasing rap clout, he's firing shots, dropping shocking claims of being mistreated, and daring to ask the one question he says has haunted him for years. Who is his real father? And here's the kicker. If the rumors are true, the answer to that question could blow apart everything the Harrises have carefully built in front of the world.
So him being arrested isn't really like the shocker, it's him coming out and his, I guess, reaction to it, right? Because everybody's saying, King, you grew up privileged, bro. Why are you going down this path? Now he's talking about F the police, F12. So,
We all saw this storm brewing. Maybe not the exact moment, but we knew something was about to snap. King's rebellion isn't just teenage angst or a publicity stunt. This is decades of resentment finally exploding in front of the world. That viral scene at the Atlanta Falcons game? Far from a random outburst. It was a full-scale showdown. One moment it was a family suite. The next, it looked like a battlefield. King stood his ground, chest out, shouting about how he stands on business, daring his father to shut him down. And there was T.I., the man who once crowned himself King of the South, looking powerless as the chaos unfolded live on Instagram. This wasn't playful banter. This was raw. It was real. When T.I. finally snapped, he yanked King into a headlock. Cameras caught the flash of it, King shouting, "Get off me!" while T.I. barked back, "You're embarrassing yourself and your family." Tiny tried to play peacemaker, but instead added fuel to the fire, blasting her son with that bizarre revelation that he sucked on a pacifier until he was 12. Was that meant to shame King? Or T.I.? Either way, the picture-perfect Harris family brand is done. That illusion is dead and gone. But the real shock came when King dropped a bomb no one saw coming, claiming he never even grew up in that famous mansion. Instead, he says he was raised by his grandmother. For years, he's been pushing back against the silver spoon image, insisting his life wasn't all luxury gates and reality TV cameras, but something far rougher. The tension reached its peak when King went fully public with his grievances, accusing his own family of mistreatment, isolation, and pushing him to the sidelines. Suddenly, all those social media rants and angry lyrics started clicking into place. This wasn't just rebellion for attention. King was pulling the curtain back, hinting at deep cracks in the Harris legacy that had been hidden from the spotlight for years.
You can, kind of woosah yourself outside of the public opinion.
And this is where the whispers turn into a roar. Word is, King may have crossed the ultimate line, taking a secret paternity test without his father ever knowing. This isn't about curfews or Instagram drama anymore. After years of rumors, shady timelines, and quiet speculation about who his real father might be, King reportedly wanted the truth straight from the source. Was he truly T.I.'s biological son? No one close to the family is saying a word on record, but the tension is undeniable. King's rage now feels different. Less like teenage rebellion and more like the desperation of someone uncovering a double life. Every rant, every fight with T.I. suddenly looks like the actions of a young man who believes he's been living a lie since birth. And if the rumors prove true, if that test doesn't match the Harris family story, this won't stay a household scandal. It would be the kind of revelation that shakes Atlanta to its core and ripples through the entire hip-hop industry.
I graduated. That's the only good thing they posted of me going viral. I'm not on the media's good side. I don't know why, but it ain't.
Naturally, the internet took this powder keg and turned it into a full-blown wildfire. TikTok, always quick to feast on family drama, latched onto the feud and cranked out conspiracy theories so outrageous that even daytime talk shows started sniffing around. Some creators claim King isn't T.I.'s son at all, whispering about a secret family deal straight out of a reality TV script. The wildest version: that King's real mother isn't who we've always believed, but allegedly Tiny's hidden daughter, a supposed secret from her past. Suddenly, the Harris family tree looks less like a lineage and more like a cover-up, with missing branches and buried connections. Outlandish? Absolutely. But since when has that ever stopped the internet? As the rumors spread, even the family's inner circle scrambled to defend themselves. Tiny jumped online to dismiss the DNA chatter as straight lies, while Zonnique, King's sister, clapped back asking what street this so-called gossip even came from. Nice try, but once the court of public opinion hears a rumor this big, there's no stuffing it back in the box.
Making mistakes. I ain't had no daddy who'll pull up and get on my ass anytime. Things I did, you can't get away with.
I know that.
None of this would sting so deep if the Harrises hadn't built their brand as the first family of Southern hip-hop. For years, they sold us the dream: platinum hits, Grammy stages, VH1 spin-offs, kids with flawless Instagram grids. We saw them cooking in luxury kitchens, glowing at award shows, hosting backyard barbecues, presenting the picture of a modern blended dynasty with 7 kids, each one proof that fame, fortune, and family values could coexist under one roof. But once the cameras packed up, the cracks started showing. Now the scandals are spilling faster than champagne at an after-party. And King isn't the only Harris pulling headlines for the wrong reasons. Run-ins with the law, messy arrests, and uncensored rants have become just as common as birthday tributes. King himself, he's practically a lightning rod for controversy. Stopped late at night in Georgia, allegedly caught with a firearm, then turning right around to brag online that he still had his chain. That's not the polished VH1 son fans remember. That's a young man unraveling in public. Every stumble broadcast, every family fight magnified for the internet's endless appetite.
So the dynamics here are interesting, but I can't judge how the parenting is gone, because everything that we've seen has been stuff that many of us would have said or similar if we saw our children do this. But I will say this: a lot of what's happening is because it's in the public. Like most children don't have to do this in the public.
And let's not overlook the Harris family's bigger war, the one playing out far beyond King's outbursts. Just as father and son were clashing in public, the family name was dragged right back into the headlines. Old accusations resurfaced, talk of misconduct, trafficking, and wild behavior dating back years. At the center of it all is Sabrina Peterson, once a close friend, now their loudest critic. She swears she's sitting on receipts and has no problem threatening to put them on blast. And this time, she's not just aiming at T.I. and Tiny, she's pulling King into the storm too, claiming she once shielded him from fallout herself. T.I., meanwhile, is trying to play unbothered, using Instagram to preach positivity, telling fans not to spread lies or negativity. But behind the scenes, whispers say the feds are circling, and Peterson isn't backing down. Her message is chilling. The truth is already out there. The feds have it. The fans deserve it. The Harris dynasty, once seen as untouchable, is now taking hits from every direction, its golden image crumbling under relentless scandal.
What we're not gonna do is open up the door to my bedroom, as you shouldn't have to either. Open up the door to my bedroom for everybody to come in, chime in, and make their opinions about what we do and don't do or should or shouldn't do. But I will say this: whatever we ever have done, It's been done with consensual adults.
As King's feud rages on, T.I. keeps trying to polish the family image, sometimes even flipping the drama into promotion for King's music. After that explosive Falcons game incident, he told fans the Harrises were tied like a knot and nothing could break their bond. His post read, "What is the internet talking about? The H family is tied like a knot. We're all we have for life, but the public isn't buying it. Not when every week delivers another rumor, another leak, another viral clip showing the family unraveling in real time. King's explosions aren't just teenage rebellion anymore. They look more like a desperate cry, to be seen, to be heard, and to finally drag whatever secrets the adults have kept hidden out into the light."
If you are going to be emotionally attached to how they receive it, if you're going to have an emotional attachment to their opinion.
The spectacle has become impossible to look away from, and now both fans and critics are asking if King's paternity bombshell is only the beginning. Could the Harris empire, once celebrated as Atlanta's royal family, really be built on half-truths and carefully buried secrets? Every rumor, every TikTok theory, every lingering glance at those old family portraits suggests a story far darker than any reality show ever dared to reveal. And now King refuses to step back, demanding a voice in the narrative his father tried to control. Across the internet, one question hangs heavy in the air. What else is King holding back? And just how much deeper does this scandal stretch into the Harris dynasty?
Saying to me, I ain't really got too much to say on it. Just, get my hustle on, stacking my bread.
So what that mean, getting your hustle on, stacking
my bread, that's what that means.
We're watching a son claw his way into manhood while the world refuses to let him outrun his last name. King Harris isn't just stepping out from the family shadow, he's setting fire to it, rewriting his identity one reckless post at a time. These days, King wears rebellion like a uniform. His whole persona screams independence. Boxing gloves, wild fits, and captions dripping with defiance. The polished TV kid we once saw on VH1, he's gone. In his place stands a 20-year-old chasing rap dreams, pushing back hard against the silver spoon label and making it clear to anyone paying attention. He refuses to live or die by TY's reputation, no matter the cost.
I really admire his dedication and commitment to the craft because, I kind of told him, what was wrong about it.
There's no clean break from a name as heavy as Harris. No matter how hard King tries to carve out his own lane, the headlines always drag him back. From his Georgia arrest to that infamous Falcons game meltdown, every misstep circles right back to the family brand. And it isn't just the press holding on, it's his own bloodline. For every viral rant King unleashes about being misunderstood, Tiny or Zonnique jumps in online, defending the Harris name and telling the world not to buy the gossip. But the harder King pushes away, the tighter the family legacy seems to squeeze, boxing him in between expectation and scandal. Peel back the tabloid noise, and it's clear this isn't just branding, it's a deeper wound. By his own account, King spent most of his childhood not in the Harris mansion, but at his grandmother Diane's house. While the rest of the family posed for VH1 cameras and soaked in luxury, King says he found shelter in her world, quiet and real. When he talks about her, everything shifts. He calls her Mama, credits her for raising him, and even takes her scoldings with respect. To the public, King may look like chaos in designer sneakers, but those close to him know. His grandmother has always been the anchor, the steady hand in a storm of fame, handlers, and cameras.
You supposed to know better than being out there and engaging in adult activity. Don't let it
If the rumored paternity test is real, it could be the hand grenade at the center of the Harris family implosion. On a personal level, it would mark King's ultimate rejection of the identity his parents spent years constructing. A high-stakes gamble to claim his own truth, no matter how destructive. For King, doing it in secret may not have been about shaming his family, but about silencing a suspicion that's haunted him since childhood. Now that the whispers are out in the open, the psychological fallout is undeniable. The family, once shielded by TY's iron grip on their image, now looks fractured beyond repair. No Instagram post, no staged family photo can erase the tension. Every lyric, every viral spat, every bitter side-eye online reminds the public that King's fight for truth may outweigh any chance of reconciliation. But the consequences stretch far beyond hurt pride. The Harris name isn't just family, it's a multi-million-dollar brand. A paternity dispute, even whispered, carries the potential for legal aftershocks. If King's test results, or even the rumor of them, spark a formal challenge to his place in the lineage, things could turn uglier fast. Industry insiders are already whispering about legal estrangement, with some even speculating that T.I. might take the nuclear option, publicly disowning his son. For a dynasty as brand-conscious as the Harrises, the optics of that move would be catastrophic, jeopardizing sponsorships, management deals, and the carefully crafted illusion of a united family empire. One revelation could unravel an entire legacy.
You're a great family man. I see you how you blended your family together. And it's not easy. And that's what I want to ask you about. It's not easy.
Beneath all the legal chatter and public spin lies the real cost, the emotional wreckage of questioning your own bloodline. To wrestle with that identity in private is one thing. To have it dissected in front of millions, that's the kind of wound that never fully heals. For all his bravado and defiant posturing, King now stands at a crossroads. Is he destined to be the cautionary tale, a son who torched his own family for a shred of truth? Or is he the tragic figure, pushed into breaking every taboo just to find peace? Either way, the silence from the Harris camp speaks louder than words. The world may never know the full story behind the paternity rumors, but the damage is already on display, in every strained red carpet appearance and every awkward family post. And this is where the story turns painfully human. King's bond with his grandmother exposes cracks in the Harris fairy tale. Was that glossy TV family life nothing more than smoke and mirrors for ratings, while the real parenting happened quietly off camera? Did King grow up feeling like a prop in someone else's show, abandoned by parents more invested in image than in their son? The emotional toll is etched into his outbursts. The more T.I. insists King was raised right, the louder King shouts that he had to raise himself. And under all that swagger, there lingers an unsettling question. Maybe his estrangement from his father isn't just bitterness. Maybe it's the haunting suspicion that he was never truly part of the Harris family to begin with.
You should be rapping about the things in your life that you have in common with other people who may not live like you.
So much of this chaos circles back to one core issue: identity. Not just in the biological sense, but in the weight of legacy. King's rumored paternity test isn't some cheap tabloid stunt. It feels like the breaking point after years of feeling different, detached, and on the outside looking in. Did he chase those answers because of a suspicion that's haunted him since childhood? Was he always the outlier in a family built on image and appearances? If that's true, then his rebellion makes painful sense. Because what happens to a young man's sense of self when every photo op, every TV storyline, every family moment is clouded by doubt?
Steve Sadar reached out to me looking to make a deal on behalf of T.I. and Tiny. And I told Steve Sadar that my clients want justice. So if the deal involves Tiny and T.I. turning themselves in and admitting to the crime that they've committed, then fine, we got a deal. But if it does not, then I would prefer to have the investigators do their work and to bring criminal charges against Tiny and T.I.
Just when it seems the Harris saga couldn't get any more toxic, the outside threats close in. Sabrina Peterson, never one to shy away from the spotlight, is once again promising to unleash receipts that could take this drama from messy to catastrophic. She claims the feds already have the evidence, but insists fans deserve to see it with their own eyes. Peterson's history speaks for itself. Once a close confidant, She accused T.I. of threats, followed with allegations of misconduct, and has never stopped fanning the flames around the Harris name. Now she's dragging King into the chaos, hinting that she once shielded him while teasing DMs and evidence the family has fought hard to bury. For T.I., it's a PR nightmare. His response has swung between outright denial and vague, half-hearted Instagram sermons. Every time he posts about it being a beautiful day not to spread lies, the internet rolls its eyes and scrolls to the next viral thread. The deeper the digging goes, the more the Harris empire looks like a sandcastle collapsing in high tide. VH1 already pulled the plug on their reality crown jewel after the first wave of allegations, leaving T.I. ranting about no integrity, no closure. Meanwhile, the lawsuits, court battles, and media firestorm keep coming, and every staged family moment, baby shower snapshots, plugs for King's latest single, or recycled claims that the Harrises are tied like a knot, lands hollow like a sitcom limping past its finale. Even Tiny's attempt to defend King by dismissing the paternity rumors as clickbait hasn't slowed the tide. The harder the family insists everything is fine, the stronger the suspicion grows that they're hiding something explosive.
So how do you feel with, because now that the evolved T.I. is also the even more of a father T.I., because not only are you just a father, you have to be a father in the industry because all your kids are in the industry.
Man, damn. Yeah, that's I ain't see that one coming.
Now the spotlight shifts to what comes next. The internet is on edge, waiting for Sabrina Peterson's next move. Will her so-called receipts finally expose the smoking gun, or will they just add another detour to an already twisted saga? Is King on the verge of bringing the Harris dynasty down from the inside, or is he destined to become another cautionary tale swallowed by the very legacy he tried to outrun? The stakes couldn't be higher. Every rumor, every outburst, every denial adds to the sense that the Harrises aren't just battling scandal, they're staring down extinction. The curtain is lifting, and no amount of TV polish can hide the cracks anymore. One truth always holds in this business: secrets don't stay buried forever. And when this one breaks wide open, the Harris family may never look the same again. So what do you think? Are we watching the final chapter of Atlanta's so-called royal family, or will they stage one last comeback? Drop your hottest takes in the comments, smash that subscribe button, and stay locked in. Because in this game, the truth always comes out.